Norway is a country in the world that was one of the poorest countries in Europe just 50 years ago. And today, that country is known as the richest and happiest country in the world. Located in the western part of Scandinavia in Northern Europe, Norway is a Nordic country where the sun does not set for 6 months and the sun does not rise for the next 6 months. Behind this incredible natural phenomenon is the geographical location of Norway. Since the country is located inside the Arctic Circle, magical features like midnight sun and polar night have been created here. From May to July, there is 24 hours of daylight here, and only darkness from November to January.
Norway has an area of 385,207 square kilometers, which is almost 2.5 times the size of Bangladesh. But the amazing thing is that such a huge country has a very small population. According to the data of January 2022, the country's population is about 5.425 million, which is less than our Dhaka city. That is, only 16.5 people live here per square kilometer, which makes Norway the second least densely populated country in Europe. Because of this depopulation, nature has been able to reign here in its own way for thousands of years. The most striking feature of Norway is its geographical shape. The country looks like a long snake. It stretches for about 2,500 kilometers from north to south. To the east is Sweden, with which it has a 1,619-kilometer-long border.
This borderline is so simple that it seems as if someone has drawn a line with a scale. But the real beauty of Norway is hidden in its coastline. This coastline, about 25,000 kilometers long, is the largest masterpiece in the world. There are thousands of fjords here, which are actually deep channels cut by giant glaciers millions of years ago, which are now filled with salt water from the sea. The climate of Norway is an incredible mystery. Despite being located so far north, the climate here is much milder than other countries of the same latitude in the world, such as Siberia or Alaska. Norway's landscape is extremely diverse. 37% of the country's area is covered by mountains and hills. The Scandinavian mountains stretch from north to south like the backbone of the country. This borderline is so simple that it seems as if someone has drawn a line with a scale. But the real beauty of Norway is hidden in its coastline. This coastline, about 25,000 kilometers long, is the largest masterpiece in the world. There are thousands of fjords here, which are actually deep channels cut by giant glaciers millions of years ago, which are now filled with salt water from the sea. The climate of Norway is an incredible mystery. Despite being located so far north, the climate here is much milder than other countries of the same latitude in the world, such as Siberia or Alaska. Norway's landscape is extremely diverse. 37% of the country's area is covered by mountains and hills. The Scandinavian mountains stretch from north to south like the backbone of the country.
This land of mountains and ice is home to thousands of lakes and rivers. Norway uses the energy of these rivers and streams to produce 96% of its electricity, making it one of the cleanest energy countries in the world. Norway's forests cover 38% of the country's area. This boreal forest is mainly made up of spruce, pine, and birch trees, which are so cold-resistant that they remain green and fresh even at temperatures of -50 degrees Celsius. The wood of these trees, which survive in this harsh environment, is so strong that the best furniture in the world is made from Norwegian wood. Giant whales, orcas, seals, and numerous species of fish live in the coastal waters of Norway. How did the people living in this icy, harsh nature become the happiest nation on Earth?
The secret of Norwegian society is hidden in a special philosophy of life called Jantvaan, which means the law of moderation. This means that no one should consider themselves more important than anyone else. Because of this philosophy, the salary difference between a company CEO and a cleaner in Norway is incredibly low compared to other Western countries. This egalitarian thinking has led to the development of Norway's unique welfare state. From the moment a child is born, parents receive 46 weeks of fully paid leave. Of this, 15 weeks of mandatory paternity leave for fathers. Under this system, Norwegian men participate equally with women in raising children. As a result, the country has the highest gender equality in the world. The relationship between Norwegians and nature is at a spiritual level. Their law guarantees everyone's rights. According to this law, anyone can walk, camp, and spend the night in any natural place for free, even if it is someone's private land. The only condition is that no damage to nature can be done. The honesty of Norwegians is world famous. The people here are extraordinarily liberal about religion. Although 68% of people are Christians on paper, in reality, only 2% of people go to church regularly. They firmly believe that religion is a purely personal matter. As a result, people of all religions, including Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, and Buddhism, live in full dignity in the country. December 1969 is a date that is written in gold letters in the history of Norway.
On this day, huge reserves of oil were discovered in the North Sea. Just 50 years ago, Norway was one of the poorest countries in Europe, where people used to make a living by fishing and cutting wood. Today, the per capita income of that country is $73,450, which is about 26 times more than that of Bangladesh. Norway's smartest thing is to manage its oil economy. Instead of spending the money from oil sales directly on the development of the country, they deposit it in a fund called the Government Pension Fund Global. The current value of this fund is $17 trillion, which is the world's largest sovereign wealth fund.
With this huge amount of money, Norway has invested in more than 900 companies in the world. The Norwegian government owns a large part of these tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. These beliefs and characteristics make Norway the most livable, happiest, and most prosperous country in the world today. If you find the video useful, please share it. If you like the Think Know and More channel, subscribe to it and stay with us.